The night Lady Catherine's sister stole her fiancé in front of half the aristocracy, the Duke shocked the entire ballroom by walking past the bride and standing beside the woman they had humiliated instead. Crystal chandeliers glowed above the Whitmore estate while nobles celebrated the engagement. But the woman beside Lord Edwin Mercer was not Lady Catherine Whitmore. It was her younger sister. Amelia sat proudly wearing Catherine's engagement ring while whispers spread through the ballroom like fire. And at the edge of the room, Catherine stood completely alone. Still, silent, as though humiliation itself had frozen around her. Then suddenly, a chair scraped loudly against the floor. The Duke of Ravensshire rose. Every conversation stopped, because Duke Alexander Ravensshire never involved himself in society scandals. Yet instead of approaching the newly engaged couple, he crossed the ballroom toward Catherine. For 2 years, Catherine believed she would marry Edwin Mercer, until 1 week before the wedding, her younger sister announced her own engagement to him instead. And worst of all, their parents approved it, because Amelia was charming, prettier, easier for society to love. Then Edwin made the mistake that changed everything. Laughing to impress the room, he said, "Fortunately, the prettier sister accepted before the wedding contracts were signed." A few guests laughed nervously, but the Duke did not. He looked at Edwin calmly and asked, "Do you normally announce your lack of loyalty this proudly? Or only after dinner?" The ballroom fell silent. Then the Duke turned toward Catherine and offered her his arm. Not flirtation, not pity, respect. What nobody knew was that years earlier, inside that same ballroom, the Duke had watched his own mother humiliated while an entire room stayed silent. That was why he stood up now, because he knew exactly what it felt like when people watched cruelty and said nothing. Then, in front of everyone, the Duke said quietly, "A woman discarded by dishonest people is not diminished by their behavior, only revealed to deserve better company." And for the first time all night, Catherine stopped looking ashamed. Her sister did instead. As the Duke escorted Catherine from the ballroom, whispers followed behind them. But now, the whispers were no longer about her disgrace. They were about the Duke choosing her side publicly. Outside beneath the lantern lights, Catherine finally asked softly, "Why would you involve yourself in this?" And the Duke answered, "Because silence is how cruel people win rooms like that." Her sister stole her fiancé, but the Duke gave her something far more valuable that night. The moment an entire room realized she was never the woman who should have been ashamed.